Hi, welcome back to Confessions of a Desi Drama Queen. We're back in studio.
And it feels
Finally,
so right.
for the first time in 2026.
We're not good at doing things DIY and ghetto. We're just not good at it.
We were supposed to be here last time, but like it just we weren't meant to like actually be here. It was pure chaos. And I don't know if you're like this. I'm one of those people that takes the new year, new me, like 2026 is a good number. I have to start over. Like I have to start
like 2026 equals 1 and 0.
Yeah.
And then like on 1/11, it was like 1111.
I take it just as serious.
And I was like, oh my God, you're supposed to like, it's like there are like days Islamically that you're supposed to take that serious. And I'm like, no. 1/11 is the day 11/11 that I need to think about what I want in life.
Yep. I'm like, we're at 1, 2, 26. I'm also like big with like odd and even numbers. Like when it's an odd number, I'm like, it's okay to kind of like relax and chill and like they're not going to care, those numbers. But even numbers, I'm like, no, this is important. This is an important day. It even bothered me that my wedding was the year 21. I was like...
Your wedding wasn't in the year 21.
No, 20,
it was in 19.
2018. Whoa. Day 2021.
Wait, your day was 21.
My day was 21.
Yeah.
My year...
was 2018.
Was 2018. Right. And I remember thinking leading up to the wedding that like, okay, I wouldn't like it if it fell on 17 or 19 because I need it to be on an even number.
But it was on the 21st. Is July 21st your anniversary?
Yeah. And same with day. I'm like, it's on an uneven day, but then I would justify with the year. I'm like, but the year's okay. I guess it makes up for the day. But like, it really bothered me. And then anytime we got into a fight, I'm like, it's because it was an odd. I have no backing to my suspicion. Like, I just made this up in my head.
I don't care even or odd, but I like the like repeat numbers. Like, our nikah was on July 24th, but our reception was on August 8th. And I'm like, our anniversary is 8/8.
Yeah.
Like, and every time our friends will be like, oh my God, like happy wedding anniversary on our nikah day, I just ignore. I'm like, it's not our anniversary. Stop wishing me today. Yeah. My anniversary is 8/8. Yeah. 8/8 is such a better day.
Yeah. Was it? Usman, no, that was.
No, and both my siblings, my brother's birthday is 6/6. And my sister's birthday is 11/11.
11/11 is such a good.
I know, and it's so fits her so
birthday.
well.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah,
does.
it really does. She's a Scorpio. Her birthday is 11/11, and then mine's like 8/3, which I still think I have a pretty birthday. You have a pretty birthday too.
Yeah, I actually do have a pretty birthday. I can't even like be humble about it. 1/2/1.
2/1.
It's good.
2/1.
I just wish the weather was matched. I wish the weather matched it, but like we'll get into that.
You're an Aquarius, like, you can't ask for everything, you know.
But I do. But I expect it.
But yeah, it's almost your birthday. I'm 6 months older than Amna, so I turned 32 in August. Obviously, August 3rd. She turns 32 in a couple weeks, and I'm always like, Amna, in the last 6 months, this is what I've learned about life. This is how you're gonna feel, and she's like, okay. And then literally, like clockwork, she's like, did you feel this? And I'm like, yes, that's exactly how it happened.
Especially these next 2 weeks are going to be transformative for me.
They really are.
Always the 2 weeks prior to my birthday where I'm like, wait, like everything you've said to me in 6 months hits me in those 2 weeks.
Yes, it always
I'm like,
hits you 2 weeks before your birthday.
Yeah, but not in a bad way. We've talked about it.
And just like a transformative way.
Yeah,
it's not
like
good or
okay,
bad.
It's happening. Yeah, I feel like Sailor Moon where she's like, it's all like coming from above. Yep. Anywho, guys, per usual, we went off topic, but we do have a confession. We have a confession. The first confession of 2026. And
I haven't heard it yet, so I'm really excited.
I know, and I love when this happens.
I know.
I love when this happens because there's no system in play where like when you guys send us confessions, we're not like, hey, you don't look at it, I'll read it. You know, we have no, sometimes we both see it, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, same with DMs.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, should I say this?
I'll say it because I think I know what you're going to say.
Like sometimes I'll respond as Sana. Or I know this person genuinely thinks they're talking to Sana. Like they won't name names, but I'll know that like, oh, Sana
I did see
and this
one
person have rapport.
Because you were talking about Vanderpump. Like someone was talking about Vanderpump and like I'm on my phone at the gym and I'm like seeing conversations go back and forth, but I can't see like our end of it. So I can't see like what message is going out from the confessions page. I'm just seeing the inbound and I'm like, what the fuck is she talking? But I do the same thing because there was a girl who reached out like just the night, dude. Also, like I've done I don't have a huge following on Instagram or anything, but I've just done the Instagram thing for some time, like, you know, on and off for some time. And like, I just feel like the messages we get on the podcast page just like literally fill my heart. Like, they're so kind.
Yeah, there's
minus the comments we get. Don't worry about the comments.
Our public stuff is
terrible.
Our DMs, oh my God, I don't want to name names, but like, if you're listening and you want me to name your name, I'll name your name. But like, I feel like with the DMs we get, it's like pen pals. I've sent voice messages.
Yeah.
I've been like so deep in
the girls will send like, because I think they feel like we're friends. But like, they'll send like paragraphs of like things they thought about what we said or just how we're a part of their life. Or like, can you guys talk about this more? And I'm like, oh my God, like it's just so different than like normal Instagram.
Yeah. And it's so thoughtful and it's so sweet. And it makes me want to put out nicer things,
better stuff
on not even just a podcast, but I mean like even on TikTok. Like I love to comment on, you know, random TikToks I think are funny or whatever. But since we've started the podcast and since we've been getting really, really, really sweet messages, it makes me be like, okay, I want to take the time and effort to like send a nice message or be more thoughtful.
Nice. I'm not
and
that
like,
person.
That's what I'm saying. I've never really been that person. I've been way more shy about it. But I feel like it's making me be like, oh, someone feels sweet enough to say something nice enough to us. And like, I want to say something nice.
The max I'll do is like, you know, Katie and Desi.
Yeah,
obviously. So like Katie went on a trip recently and I know she does like certain things. Like I know some of her extracurriculars because she's like talked about it on her stories like very sparingly, but I've clocked it.
Okay.
So I like commented on her Hawaii trip and put a little shroom and a little like da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I feel like these are the vibes for her trip. And she liked it. And I was like, yeah, I really felt that.
You're like, we're actually really connected. Me and her, we had
like,
a full
I
conversation.
Know what you're up to right now.
Yeah, like she actually messaged me this morning. Yeah, that's so funny. No, actually, Sana, that's not entirely true because I was on TikTok, was it last night or the night before? And you had just commented, it was in all caps, but like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. If it's a funny video or like something like a dog, anything like that, I am in the comments. And I'm just not one of the, I wish I was better at, like, I go to the comments for the funny people. I just contribute to like what my hee ha ha, love this. I'll say that much. But I love when, and I know you're one of these where like the comment's witty or like you'll put the picture as the comment. I live for that shit.
Two things. That's so nice. Thank you so much. Because the thing I was going to say was I hate when I'm reading comments and wait, what was I going to say? I was going to say, well, I'll remember my other thing. I hate when I'm one of the first comments. Like, this is a video that you know is like, you know this video is going to get like 500,000 likes and comments.
Yeah.
But it's like 4 a.m. and you've stumbled upon it. And I hate that because it drives me insane. I'm like, you have to think of the funniest thing you can possibly think of, Amna. But now I'm thinking of funny things of what other people have said. So it like, I'm like, I have to say something. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say?
Like, you know how you clocked that or like you saw that I said, ha ha, like on something? That's my fear. Like, I like TikTok to feel like I'm seeing things, but like, I don't want to see other people perceive me seeing things. It makes me feel so like, I held the mic. It makes me feel so naked. Like, I'm like, you saw me in the comment? Like, that's how I feel.
That's what I was like, what was my first thing? That was my first thing. Yeah. I love when I open a comment section and I see anyone that I know.
It feels like I caught them up on something.
No, but I don't think. I'm more like, oh my God. It's like when you like,
Ariana, what are you doing here?
But it's like when you like get your class schedule and then you and your friend realize you have the same class schedule, or you like walk past each other in the halls. I'm like, no one's doing that around here. Walk past each other in the hallway and you're like, oh my God, you're here. You know, like,
really? That's
I like that. Yeah, I love it.
Oh my God, which is crazy because I talk on my story all the time. Yeah. Like, I'm so like fine being perceived. But in TikTok comments, like, I don't want people to find my comment.
We're the opposite in that way. You are better about talking like in the camera, casually saying stuff. And I'm like saying stuff. Who knows what she's saying? Saying things.
Dude, sometimes our friends will do that too. And I don't watch all of it. I'm like, okay. And like, they'll be like, didn't you see what I said? And I'm like, no. And also, I don't expect you to watch what I say either. Like, I'm just saying things.
No, I do. I do watch everything that you really don't put out there. But you're way better about that. But I feel like I don't know. It's like where I like capped and peaked on the internet was like Tumblr, you know, like right then and there, where like
so
messaging someone was so serious. Dude, I think about it sometimes.
Well, you enjoy being perceived and like, oh, someone saw and laughed at what I said. It's just so Aquarius.
Oh my God.
And it's so Leo of me that I'm just like talking to the camera all the time. Don't know, like, I'm just like, and this is, you're so welcome.
I commented from because I do this a lot too.
Thank God you put the podcast page comments. Like, thank God you comment from the podcast
I was just going to say, I often forget like which profile I'm in most of the times. And so I have commented on 2 videos from the podcast page that one of them, I don't mean to brag, you guys, but one of them got like 100,000 likes on a video. Like just a comment that we commented.
That's so funny.
That we, as in like me at 4 a.m., like on the podcast page commenting. And the high that I got from that is like, I've never reached that level of a high from the actual podcast. But like
that's so
that
funny.
moment for me, I was like, everything's going to be just fine. Life's going to be okay. Okay, we need to get to this girl's confession.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Or this person could be a girl. What am I joking? Please. Obviously, it's a woman.
One time,
Why would
oh my
a
God, I
man
hope
be
this
here?
man isn't listening, but I'm gonna say it because the girls are listening. Guys, sometimes there's this man, like the same man, and he'll keep sending a confession or like a DM, but it's like it's not borderline. It's like inappropriate and annoying. And it's like, we're always like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are you doing here? Like, every time.
Partially it's our fault because early on, especially
We didn't
me,
know he was so crazy.
I'm feeding into it. I'm like, shut up. No way. That's crazy. Oh my God. Tell me more. Like, I'm like so.
That's like when you were on like Neopets and you accidentally got a boyfriend online. You're like, wait, I didn't know where this was going.
Dude, I'm like someone's mom commenting like public. You know what I mean? Like I just was running with it. There have been times where like I'll be having such a long conversation in the DMs and the podcast page that Sana will be like, text me separately and she's like, hey, do you need help getting out of, like, are you? And I'm like, I'm exactly where I want to be. Like, no, Sana, I have to make this PowerPoint and send it over.
I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, have a great time. Like, I get in conversations too in the DMs, but like, it'll be like, I'll go to sleep, I'll wake up, the conversation's still continuing. And it's not like, it's like when you're first dating someone and it's paragraphs, it's like that. So I'm like,
and sometimes,
are you stuck? Like,
yeah, it's also like, we've talked about this, how I feel about people with profiles with no name and no face, like to reference. So it'll be like someone with like no followers, a butterfly as their profile picture. And I'm like, yeah, and when I was in 2nd grade.
I'm like, you have to pull back. You have to pull back.
Like,
she's like, no, Sana, I like talking to them. And I'm like, okay.
I'm like, if you only knew what they were going through, you wouldn't say that to me.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Anyways, okay, today's confession. Let's get serious, guys. I had a friend with benefits. She had initially put FWB. Embarrassingly long time for me to figure out what that was. And I'm like, what is FWB? I had a friend with benefits for 5 years, but apparently this man had a whole ass girlfriend the whole 5 years.
Yikes, dude. Yeah. Tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time.
Dude. That sucks.
5 years.
5 years. And you're over here going to sleep at night thinking you're like, oh my God, I wonder what my ring's gonna look like. When's he gonna ask me out? Also, you know, I just always wonder, how does a man have the time? I always wonder that. How do you have the time and energy to be entertaining 2 women? Aren't you tired?
Apparently not.
That's
apparently
crazy.
not. And I'm like, you guys don't even have a concept of time, period.
I hope she slashed his tires. Like, okay, follow up for you. I want to know what you did. Like, what was your like revenge? Because you can't just find something like that out. It really hurts my heart when girls find out something like that and then just like walk away, tail tucked between their legs. Like, what did you do? Like, I hope you told the girlfriend or did something really, like, you know, like,
I feel like
some kind of
growing
karma.
up, I was more of that person where I was like, I will leave with class and dignity, and I'm gonna hold my head up high. The older I've gotten, the more I'm like I'll say it to him. Like, I would destroy. I would cry. I'd come. Like, I'm very realistic. I'm gonna go confront you. I'm not gonna be able to hold it in. I can't plan that ahead. But who knows? Maybe I'm saying that now. Maybe the rage will really take over me in like a real good way, you know, like where like so rage where I'm like silent and I'm like like my
like maybe I'd be that angry that I have no words. That's
not that likely, I don't care.
But it could happen.
But yeah, I like think that I'm gonna like leave all classy, but now I'm like, no, I'm gonna definitely cry. I'm gonna have a breakdown. I might embarrass myself, but like I will cause destruction. Yeah, I will. And now we have a podcast, so like,
yeah, watch out. Yeah, 5,000.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, but yeah.
Anyways, speaking of embarrassing men, not your mama's drama. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot that we've written down that has been going on that we're like, we have to get our opinion out on this. Christy and Desmond. You don't know who we're talking about. Christy and Desmond are like a huge, they're huge influencers. They have like a family channel. They have 2 boys. They live in Dallas, and she does like she's the one that does like, she'll wear the heels and do like flips around the house and stuff and like crazy stunts like that. And he's a chef. And they were like, as usual, again, tale as old as time. It's always like the like, holy shit, could never have seen that coming. They announced, well, I guess they didn't announce at that point. She filed for divorce and said in her filing or whatever that it's because of him cheating, irreconcilable differences, done, done, right? And then Desmond goes on his Instagram and posts like oh my God, like, posts a statement on how this made my skin crawl. Did you read a statement?
I did read the statement.
He basically is like, so sorry for everyone I've hurt. I'm going to continue to stay a great dad to our 2 kids. Like, okay, and I
just feel like for any man that has cheated, I can't think of a statement that's ever been okay.
Yeah, but
like,
then he continues
what can you
to
even
like,
say?
By the way, I wanted to be separated since, you know, Christy's known that I wanted to get separated at some point in 2025. I'm still not proud of my action. He made it sound like I had been putting it out there. She was kind of lingering. I'm so sorry I did what I did, but like I did put it out there that I wanted to get divorced. We really tried to work it out. Mind you, this is all in the last week.
Yep, if that even.
TMZ posts today.
Today.
Him out at a club macking on this girl. Like he's never kissed a girl in his life. Like somebody in the comments was like, why are they making out like they're about to die on the Titanic?
Yeah.
Like they're going in.
And this is what I never understand about what it's obviously why they get caught, but I never understand this about men who are so famous and have such a big following and their personal lives are so out there that every time you guys are making out at a restaurant, club, like you aren't even caught making out in like an alleyway or something.
Be publicly, like some people in the comments were saying, because some of the allegations were like, oh, maybe he cheated on her because he's gay. Maybe he cheated on her with a guy. Maybe he's giving gay vibes. Like that was, I heard, like I saw a lot of people saying that. And then when this TMZ video came out, people were like, he literally jumped on that immediately so he could like squash any allegations of him being gay. But like, damn, you have 2 sons and a mother of your kids who's, you're like, okay.
Also, that's
even
so
if you've been divorced for a while, why are you so thirsty to put it out in the public?
That was what I was gonna say. I was like, to go out of your way to get a clip of you making out with a girl just to prove you're not gay is really extreme. Like, it's okay if people think you're gay as long as you're doing right by your family and like, you know, doing all the necessary steps and trying to still protect all parties involved. Like, that's like such an extreme step. That's such an extreme step.
All the opposing views on TikTok where people were like, yeah, well, he got tired. It seems like he got tired of her shit over time, da da da. And I'm like, even if that's true, people's relationship, they also met when they were like 14. So like, okay, maybe they grew apart. Maybe their relationship wasn't working. So wait some time. Like, fine, get divorced, like, cool, but like, what the fuck is this?
Also, I feel like this is like what I see a lot whenever it comes to men who cheat so publicly, this, that, and the next, where I'm like, I don't know if they're capable of getting a divorce just on the basis of they're just unhappy. Like, it always ends with infidelity, or they always use the infidelity as a clutch to leave, like as an excuse to leave. Like, in their minds, cheating makes more sense because, like, oh, I'll cheat on her, she'll leave me, and we'll be done with it. Makes more sense to them than just coming to the person and being like, hey, I want to get a divorce. And then, God forbid she say yes, or not God forbid she say yes, but like if she says yes, next day you think that that's like, okay, that means that we can do this. There was this, I think it was like a Twitter or Reddit thread or something, where it was a story about this woman whose husband wanted to open up their marriage, and she was like so heartbroken over it. But she was like, you know what? Fine. Like, I'll do it. And then she ended up.
Was it Lily Allen?
It wasn't anything. No.
Okay.
Like, this is like a not famous person.
Okay,
this is just like a story that someone had posted about something that happened to them. So her husband wanted to open up the marriage. She was really devastated by it. But then she was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And then she ended up getting guys in her DMs and ended up going out, and he ended up with no one. So then he wanted to close the marriage back up because nobody wanted him. And then
of course he did.
And then she and then she was like, no, you wanted this. This is how it's happening. So unless you divorce me, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep it as is. And I was like, that's so funny. You really overestimated your market value. Like, you really thought that you were gonna go out there and you're gonna see the world and it's gonna be easy peasy and that women are gonna flock to you because we want you so bad. Yeah. Then you're gonna come out here and you're gonna realize, like,
you really ain't shit.
No.
That's so funny.
And even I am convinced even the other woman also knows he ain't shit. Mm-hmm. Like everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. They know that as you're cheating on with them. I know there's like a whole thing where like the other woman thinks that like, oh, I have something, or I got him, and like I was able to sway you. I'm like, but at the end of the day, you have to you have to know that if he's doing that, he's gonna do it with you too.
I don't doubt that any woman that's been the other woman, or then the other woman has become like the wife or whatever, the main girl. I don't doubt that you go to sleep thinking like, well, could he do that to me too? Like, I don't doubt it. How could you not?
Because I really do believe like how you get them is how you lose them. Yeah. And I feel like if that's
and you know what? I will say, I did see a lot of discourse on this too. We're like, good for Christy for being like, oh, you cheated, done, I'm out. Like, you have 2 kids. Like, I could see that, the nuance of that. I could see that getting muddy. You have a whole business and life and brand together. But like, good for her for being like, fuck you, peace out.
Yeah. And see, this goes back to us talking about like leaving in a really like, brave face. I'm going to try to keep it as classy and, clean as possible, which nobody would fault you if you, went the other route.
You burned the house down.
Yeah, no, we'd all be like, understand, with the same level. But it's a really, like what internal discipline and strength it takes to be able to do that. And I'm sure, of course, she's thinking of her kids, and I'm sure he is too, but
it is fun watching. I would think it is fun watching the internet be like, what a clown for this man.
Yeah.
Especially because, not that this should matter, but she's hot. Like, she is hot as fuck.
She's stunning.
Yeah.
She's stunning.
Like, what? And the girl that he's making out with, I'm like, aren't you embarrassed?
You would think.
Like, some of these girls.
You would think.
Okay, on a similar, but like side questing a little bit, I watched this movie last night. It's called Huck. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to give the whole premise away, but
what's it on?
You guys, it's on Netflix.
I haven't seen it.
Imran Hashmi plays the guy, which initially
Imran Hashmi
gave me the ick a little bit because like I was never allowed to watch his movies growing up because they were so raunchy. But he plays the main guy, but it's they're Muslim. Like, the couple is supposed to be Muslim, and the story, it's really good, dude. It's a really good movie. Muzi and I, we watched it last night. It's a long movie. And you know what? I will say, I appreciate how long these movies are because it really gives you time to ruminate with the feelings, Sometimes I feel like the Hollywood movies end so quick. And I'm like, but when did they fall in love?
No, but they still end too quick storyline wise, but they'll keep it a 3-hour long movie these days.
Yes. Or it's like a lot of like cinematic and like da-da-da and like and I'm like, no. Like, I like the Bollywood pace.
Yeah,
I like that there's a lot of storyline in there. I like that they fall in love over like this long period of time. It feels more like a complete story to me.
Yeah.
But anyways, so basically it's set in like the 1967.
Okay.
And this girl, her name is Shazia. I like really wrote this stuff down. I'm like, do not forget who these people are.
Okay.
This girl, her name's Shazia Bano, and she marries this guy, Abbas. They're in India in like I forgot where, I don't know, somewhere in India, Muslim couple. They get married and he's like a rich lawyer and she's like over the moon. She's like, it's like a cute little like, oh, we're so in love. It's like so cute. She gets pregnant. She has baby number 1. She gets pregnant again. She has baby number 2. She's pregnant again. Okay. And you see that he's like, they're on the phone, all that. It's just like cutesy, right? And then he starts distancing, He comes home with a new wife, a second wife. Okay. He comes home with a second wife. And Amna, when I tell you, watching him and his mother justify and encourage and just shit on the first wife, Shazia, shit on her and treat her like it was the most painful watch. Like, I kept looking at Muzi like with like heated anger eyes, and he's like, I'm on your side. This is so fucked up. Literally throughout the whole movie, I'm like, literally burn him alive. Like, it's such a hard watch because this man is gaslighting the fuck out of her. At some point he keeps saying to her how she's like so immature and childish, and oh, you think marriage is a joke? And she's like, you married another bitch. You're telling me I think marriage is a joke? And he does the whole, oh, Islamically, you can't, whatever, right? Like, he pulls that card. And what I'm telling you guys is like high level. This is the
high level part of the story.
This is what the story's about. And I'll end it here. Basically, she eventually is like, I got to get out of this situation. But it's the 1960s. And it just shows you like how there's literally no safety for women, no safety for their kids, like they're just like left to figure it the fuck out. And it's such a hard watch. And I literally was watching and thinking like, how many girls are in Pakistan or India or whatever right now that are like stuck in these situations and think that they're in such a great marriage, and then the guy and the way this guy's mom enables the fuck out of him, I'm like, burn her alive too. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my!
And just watching, like, you have nothing, you have nowhere to go, you have no job, you're like raising these kids. I don't know. I was like, this is so sad, but like, it's such a good movie, dude. It's a really good movie.
I hate that I'm saying this, but I know, but I know of this situation happening in real life. And
yeah,
all live together. And I've heard it multiple times. And every time I come in being like, God, like, what are we gonna do about it as a community? Like, do we need to sign a petition? Like, what do we do? And everyone, I was like, what can you do? And I'm like, this cannot be real. This
I know.
Cannot be real.
It's so insane.
And in situations like this, like in this timeline, with thinking with this type of mindset, like hat on, whatever, like thinking about this, I also always get really angry at the family around the woman who's married to this guy, because I'm like, you pussies. I would assume that if my husband did that my brother and my cousins and my neighbor,
black market,
like, everyone should have a pitchfork. Yeah, I would expect everybody with a pitchfork. I would expect there to be a justice for Amna. Right now, I'm spearheading it. Obviously, yeah. I'm with microphones.
There's a campaign.
Yeah. I'm gonna ruin everything and everything. Yeah. Again, going back to like, I wish I could handle this maturely. Like, I would go actually hysteric. I would go hysteric.
Obviously, dude. And that's what I'm saying. it doesn't give 1960, like, it's not like, I don't know, it's not black and white or anything. It's such a good movie, and just like, I really need you to watch it.
No, I'm
there's
going
more
to
I
watch
want to
it.
talk about it, and I want all of you guys to watch it, and then we'll deep dive it maybe again if you're down. But like, yeah, there's just so many parts. Like, it is so hard to be a woman and watch a woman be treated and talked to that way on all accounts, and you're like, wow, this is actually how you guys live.
And like, I'm saying like, oh, I'd start blah, 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 blah. Like, at the end of the day though, there are women in this position.
That's what I'm saying.
There is actually nothing we can do about it.
That's what was painful
you
about it.
can see women in our communities, whatever, and like, you're watching them, and they're like in their 60s and 50s, and you're like, you're married to an actual horrible human
100%.
He's the worst.
I was thinking that too, that I'm like, wow, this is like, okay, 1967. Oh, my grandparents were probably this age. Like, my dad was born at this. Like, I'm just thinking through the timelines, and I'm like, oh my God, like, no wonder all these uncles, and like, no wonder 90% of them are who they are. Like, the mindset that they came from is so audacious and like scary, and just like, it's just so hard to watch and insane. And I'm like, I'm sure that so many of your grandmas or moms or whatever have lived through a lot of the same shit, that the same gaslighting, the same kind of conversations. Like, it's just so we talk about this all the time. We're like the first women in our family lines to travel alone or live alone or pick who we want to marry. Like, all these things that feel so obvious. Like, there's a TikTok that this guy's like, 50 years ago is the first time we all started showering with hot water, and so you should be so grateful. And I'm like, my family in Pakistan is not showering with hot water.
Yeah.
That's still happening.
And it's why our grandma, especially because she is notorious for this, she will state the most obvious, bare bone standard and be like, you guys, he is an exemplary man. Your father is an exemplary man because he has not laid a finger on you. And you're like,
there were a few times I couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, what the fuck is this guy saying? Or the husband?
Or the husbands, or forget even like lay a finger on you. We'll take the bar lower. They'll be like, they have always paid for your lunch. And you're like, I'm like, 6. Yeah. Who else is going to pay for my lunch? Like, what? No, what is happening?
No,
our husbands.
No. And then for them, first of all, they think we're like demons to our husbands. They're like, how could you speak to him that way? And I'm like, shut up. Like, you're so annoying,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so too much. They'll even say like, with our husbands, I actually, this is so fucked up. I remember when my mom had passed, I'm making it real dark for us guys. When my mom had passed, I had stayed in Dallas for like 2 months. And I remember someone saying afterwards, like, it's so nice that your in-laws let you do that. And I was like, my in-laws let me stay
in my home with my dad and brother.
My mom just passed.
Your mom just died.
First of all, I didn't ask. Like, I was so like,
we actually that's insane. I remember that happening. That's
insane.
It's just so hard to even wrap your head around. You're like, what just came out of your mouth? But then you're like, what must be happening in your life?
Yeah.
But even the podcast, so many times people will be like, do your in-laws like care that you guys like swear and like talk the way you do? And I'm like, couldn't tell you. Hopefully it never comes across their desk. I'm not sure.
Maybe they've seen it, but we've never talked about it.
How far we've come. Like, it's just so crazy. But anyways, I really need you guys to watch it. Also, I've never seen Imran Hashmi in such a positive, like, not positive, he's a demon in the movie, but like, I'm like, wow, I really like this. He's such a good actor. Yeah, like, look at him go. So I kept saying that to Musi, like, he just looks so different. He looks younger, and Musi's like, yeah, they just made him look Muslim. And I'm like, no, but like something. He's like, yeah, they just made him look Muslim. And I'm like, I don't know. Something's really
about him. He's in like full topi, full Chwargmis, and
I kept thinking, I'm like, just because of the movies he's been in most of our life, I thought he was such a pervy, weird guy. But I'm like, what if it's the opposite?
For his time, because now what he did was like child's play.
I know, but just at that time he was
it was
so like I don't. Yeah, he kind of gave pervy weird.
He did take it way too far. But and we've talked about this I think before, where I feel like, especially back then in Bollywood movies, where if there is a kissing scene or there is like, it would be so
like the sex scene in Race in the Hay.
It was like so hyper.
I know.
In your face, where you're like, whoa, we didn't even like.
There's no foreplay. Now you're breathing on each other's collar.
Yeah, like whoa. But at the time, I'm like, maybe I haven't seen any of his stuff recently.
I've never watched his stuff, just the music videos.
I'm saying recently, I never watched his stuff.
I was never allowed to. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm like, maybe
you were not either. Yeah,
I was not. Also, I was scared of it. I was like, no, I can't watch this porn.
Like, what if the guys that we romanticized in these movies are actually like asshole weirdos? Yeah. And like maybe he was like a decent guy,
and he was just like really into the art and craft of acting.
Yeah, like who knows? Like,
I'll do it. I'll do anything. You know. And we were like, ugh, psychopath, calm down. And now we're like, oh, he's an actor. Like he goes method.
Who knows?
Speaking of actors and acting performances, this week was the Golden Globes.
Wait, sorry, can I just say our transitions have been really good this episode.
Doing really good today.
Speaking of actors, speaking of disgusting men.
Speaking of men that cheated. Speaking of
yes.
So the Golden Globes were this weekend. This weekend?
On Sunday.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if you have thoughts and feelings about it. I was like, it felt like not anything crazy, not anything high stakes. Like, it was fine.
I did love all the Kylie and Timothy. Like, I'm so smitten, dude. I'm into it.
One thing that we cannot fault Kylie for, like, no matter how you feel about her, I'm like, every award show, her outfits have been really doing it for me.
Her outfits, I mean, her body is insane. How
really doing it for me.
But yeah, her outfits have been so fucking good. And just like her vibe, I'm so like, what is she gonna wear? What's she gonna do? Like her and Timmy just seem so cute to
I know.
me.
And I'm gonna be like, I don't know them. Like, yeah, you obviously fucking don't know them. But I feel like I'm watching them at the award shows the way I would watch celebrities when I was like 16, where I'm like, is anyone being mean to her? Okay, are they talking to her?
Or like, yeah, like what are they talking about?
What are they talking about? Like, I'm trying to mouth read.
Oh my God, I keep getting those TikToks of like the mouth readers.
Yep. And then this award show was fine. I know there were some nominations where people were like upset about. I have never seen Adolescence, but it won so many awards.
Did it?
Yeah.
No, I've heard it's really good, but I couldn't watch it yet because I was like, I don't know. It's like, I think it's like a didn't he do the crime thing of this like kid, but we should watch it.
We should.
Yeah.
I mean, it won so many awards. Yeah. And then people were kind of upset that Michael B. Jordan didn't win for Sinners. And I kind of get that. And I can kind of get that, especially because
he played two people.
He not only played two people, but I'm like, Marty Supreme just came out.
So there was a lot of like social political conversation about this, that like, because so what I saw on TikTok, my research shows that basically they didn't anticipate Sinners to be as top dog and as good as it was, which is part of why they slotted to release it in April. And that timeline is usually not like, it's just like anything, because Marty Supreme was so recent, like these critics and whoever, I don't even know who the fuck votes at the Golden Globes, whoever the fuck is voting, they've watched these like 50 movies and they watch them all like one time.
Yeah.
And so you're naturally gonna forget or drop how great of a performance that was if you watched it in April versus watching Marty Supreme in December. And a lot of movies that they know are going to be up for awards and they know are like these high stakes movies come out towards the end of the year or right at the beginning of the new year. They do that intentionally because those slots are probably more expensive. Those are the slots they're looking at they're fresher, and that's what people look at for the award shows. So yeah, anyways, there was a lot of this that like people didn't anticipate, the director and Michael B. Jordan, like they probably didn't anticipate that they would even be up for any of this. Because then like if Warner Brothers thought that they would be up for it, wouldn't they slot them for a later time? I don't know how true any of that is, because then somebody in the comments was like, yeah, well, one of the movies that had won like the couple years before and the actors that had won, like that was also like a spring release. So I don't know how true it is, but I get the thought process.
Yeah, and then you have to ask yourself, you have to be like, okay, why didn't you guys think it was going to be that good of a movie? Why didn't? Because it's a phenomenal cast, phenomenal director.
And I guess notoriously horror-ish movies or comedy-ish movies don't like succeed in this category. It's like the musical vibe, or it's like the drama. Vibe.
Yeah, but then there's also the conversation of it's, race plays into it.
Yeah, of course.
And it comes into like when you, like there's so many movies that are such a cultural phenomenon, but they're not as like, or they are, but they're a bigger cultural phenomenon.
Yeah,
and then
like
there's
Get
movies
Out,
that you're
Sinners.
watching and you're like, or wins an award and you're like, I don't think I've seen that movie. Or like you watch the movie and you're like, wait,
super artsy.
Yeah, like what just happened? Like, it the actor is method in it. So you're like, is this okay? And there's no real ending to it. And,
did you watch Honora?
I did watch Honora.
I watched Honora after it won and Mike Madison won. And like, I thought she did great in it, but I was like, wait, this won over? Like, I felt like last year, Ariana or Cynthia Erivo should have won. Like, their performances, they sang, they did, like, I thought their performances were so insane. And then she won. And I'm like, she just got on the scene. I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And then this year, Michael B. Jordan is playing 2 roles. The movie was insane.
It was really good. It really checked all the boxes. But Marty Supreme was good too.
Marty Supreme was really good too. And Timothée Chalamet did amazing.
Yeah.
I think people thought he was gonna win because he did a really good job.
Performance. So that's why I wasn't as mad about it, because it didn't lose to a movie that I thought was like meh. I was like, no, his acting is really good in that movie, and it's a pretty crazy movie, all things considered. But I did go down the rabbit hole. It's not the Golden Globes, but it is. I think it was the Oscars when Will Smith slapped
Chris
Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Why does that not sound right?
No, why is it taking so long for us to register that? It's like when we said Anne Frank and it was like
but like Chris Rock, like it has to be
right, Tom. Yeah, it was Chris Rock.
Just double check one time. Yeah, let me double check. Who did Will Smith
slap at the Oscars?
It was Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, at the 94th Academy Awards. Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm giving it its full name. Yeah. But I was watching that yesterday and I was like, oh, I wish we had the podcast when he got slapped. I mean, we could have just talked into the camera, but you guys know I don't do that. So I'm like, that was so crazy.
Iconic.
That was so crazy.
I mean, he's insane. And the cherry on top is they weren't even together at that time. Like him and Jada weren't even together. They came as like, he was like, hey, do you want to come with me? Because he was up for the award, which he then ended up winning.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes later. But she came with us like, yeah, we're family, like at the end of the day, we're family. I'll go with you. You weren't even with her.
Yeah. And he laughed. And then she got annoyed. And then he got mad.
Yeah.
Like, what
Do you see Lupita in the back of the whole thing? She's like, Lupita Nyong'o in the back is like looking like, oh, what the?
Oh my God. What I would do to be able to say that I was her and to be sitting back there. And I love zooming into like Meryl Streep's reaction, The Rock's reaction, like everybody's reaction. Oh.
So I watched that live. And as soon as it happened, first of all, I genuinely thought it was a skit. Like I genuinely was like, okay. But I couldn't gauge if it was real or not. But I'm like, there's no way if this is not a skit that anyone is allowing this man on stage and everyone's just sitting back and watching and letting him. It's got to be part of a skit. But then it felt too real. And then it kind of cut. It got like freezy on the screen. And I'm like, is it real? Is it not? And then it started coming out that it was like.
And then he won the award. Then he got a standing ovation. Everyone's trying to console him. I don't know why him. And then because I watched it recently, I saw that like right after Diddy comes on stage and he's like, guys, we're going to handle this like family afterwards, guys. And everyone kind of like chuckles and laughs in the audience. And I'm like, it's not a good look.
Wow. I love when things like this are like stamped in pop culture.
Full circle, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. What else?
I did want to say Amy Poehler won for the podcast category. And I know this might be a little hater of me, but like I was really happy she won over Call Her Daddy.
Really?
Yeah, because I watch her podcast.
Yeah. I like Amy Poehler's podcast. I
just feel like her rapport with her guests is really like fun, safe, and sweet. And it's like naturally funny. And like, I don't know. I really like it.
Amy Poehler is one of those women and celebrities that I am like, I feel safe with you.
Yeah.
I feel good with you.
You could tell people that go on her show feel safe with her. And she asks good questions, but she makes it literally like a hangout. And I don't know. It's like
always
good,
like, light
naturally
energy.
Funny. She has such fun people on there. They tell such fun stories of their lives. And like, yeah, I don't know. I was really happy she won.
Okay. Yeah, I was happy she won too. And I know she won over like her husband or something.
Yeah.
I posted that on the podcast page and I was like, okay, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm laughing just because I'm reading my own bullet point. I wrote down I've been Chinese for 24 hours.
What does that mean?
Because so there's a whole, in our notes, we write about like what we're going to talk about on the podcast and whatnot. And we'll send each other these notes and then we'll compile them, right? So in my section says, should I read them all out loud? Okay, my section says farm to fridge flex, bring back invention with umbrellas, the Southwest wedding, and I've been Chinese for 24 hours.
Can I just tell you guys something? When we do this, we send each other, like immediately when a topic pops in our head, we'll like text it to each other with a signaling so that we know to add it to the agenda for next week's episode. And then we'll decide what of those topics we're actually going to talk about and then what we'll like put into a following week, whatever, right? But we never ask a follow-up question.
Never.
Not one time. And it'll be like 3 a.m. and Amna will say farm to fridge flex. And I'll just be like, okay. Or I'll send like a thought that I had and she'll be like, okay. We'll never react to any of it.
We won't say haha. We won't be like, oh, what? Like we just let it happen and then
we move on to the next
on to the next one. And it started to like kind of bleed into our lives where like sometimes you just say something. You just needed to get it out.
Sometimes we'll be hanging out with the cousins and having like a 5-hour hangout session. And I look at the phone like when we're done and Amna sent like 4 bullet points.
Yeah. It's like the wheels have gotten me turning. I'm like, we should talk about this. We should talk about that. It'll be like a cat doing a backflip. And it's AI, but I think it's real. And I'll write that down and be like, we have to talk about the evolution of cats. Like,
okay, so go. Farm to fridge.
Okay, should I just go through them?
Yeah.
Okay, farm to fridge flex. I got onto the side of TikTok because I've been obviously renovating my house, but now my TikTok has taken me to a next level where I'm looking at houses where I'm like,
oh no, is this dangerous?
Like, it's dangerous, but it's good, but it's dangerous. Yeah. And the new thing with rich people these days is they have fridges that are like pantries. So you walk in and they'll have their fruits in baskets, like pouring forward like a painting, and it's all like you stand inside this glass fridge and it's stunning. It's gorgeous. Granted, ours would have like a string and like dead chickens hanging and like
garlic
knobs and a photo of us. Like it was really chaos. But I was like, wow, like like you think you're doing something good in life, and then the rich remind me
doing it better.
I'm like, wow, I did so good with my Samsung. My fridge, it gives ice balls. Like, how fun!
Honestly, that's the dream. I don't even care having a water dispenser.
That's true.
Ice balls. That is the dream.
It is the dream. But then my TikTok will take me to a place where I'm like, I need to break down this bedroom, turn the whole thing into a fridge. So just wanted to talk about that.
The fanciest thing I ever saw was like people put like flower vases in their fridge, and I'm like, oh, that's bougie.
Yeah, and Sun actually told me that one time. She was like, I think I'm gonna try it, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I don't like. And then I didn't, and I'm like, I'm gonna spend money on flowers to put it in my fucking fridge. There's no way.
It's more about the functionality where I'm like, so
there's no space in the fridge either, and my
fridge
is ugly. It's not like I have a really pretty fridge that this is gonna be like a cute thing.
Yeah, I'm like, don't make your fridge feel bad just because they have their fancy walk-in fridges. Don't talk bad about your fridge.
Like I can tell you've had this conversation.
Yeah, I did. I was like, your fridge is really nice, man. Be grateful. Yeah.
Dude.
Next thing, bring back invention with umbrellas. I saw this TikTok again, 4 a.m. I'm on Chinese TikTok, and it was like umbrellas that like, it's like remember when you were a kid and it was a headband umbrella? This umbrella was something where it's like it covers like most of you, and then you can like wring it out, and it's like a whole machine mechanism. And I was like, man, I miss, like, if I didn't care so much about my own ego, I would love to have the headband umbrella thing and walk out like that, and for that to be okay.
Never walk
this
with
is a
you.
request. Let's bring back the headband rainbow
The only
umbrellas.
person that wore that was like the dad in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
One day it's going to become a trend. And one day we're gonna pull this clip back up because I feel like there's we can take it there.
I don't even see you wearing it. I don't even see you walking out of the house with a fucking headband with a rainbow umbrella on.
It doesn't have to be rainbow. Like, I just feel like that needs to come back. We can reinvent this and make it cute. A headband with an umbrella. Okay, I felt like
the furthest I can go is like a clear umbrella.
Yeah, same.
Umbrellas in general, you know what I thought when you said that topic? I was like, yes, umbrellas do need better functionality. They're always breaking. They're always flipping upside down. This is a really good point.
Right.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, which is fair. And I'm like, yeah, guys, remember those rainbow headband umbrellas? The Southwest wedding. I don't know if you saw that, but there was a wedding. Real life this week. There was
not
a
Southwest. Real life.
Not in my dreams. In real life, there was a wedding. You know how like on a plane, it's like a kid's birthday and they'll be like, it's Charlie's 5th birthday and everyone claps. The flight attendant is like, we're having a wedding today and you guys are all invited. And so this couple, they stand up, they're at the end of the aisle, they get married and everyone's just sitting on their seats like, oh, okay. And people in the comments were like, what the hell is this? Like, this is so cringe.
These are signs of
the day
a bad economy.
I was like, the day of judgment. But I am like, okay, if I was a passenger and there was someone getting married on my Southwest flight, after Southwest threatened to take away or is taking away the pick your own seat situation.
And the 2 bags for free.
And the 2 bags.
And you're like in your seat with your like sock curls in and your hoodie on, like have some decorum.
Yeah. Imagine, I did see some funny comments where people were like, imagine you're napping and then you wake up mid-flight and that's what you wake up to. That's what you, I mean, it's better than that.
Imagine the flight goes down. That's the first thing I thought of. If someone did that on my flight, I'd be like, you're jinxing the fuck out of us. Sit down.
Sit down. We're all going to die because
Sit down. This is not the time. Yeah. No, that would really annoy me.
Oh my God. It would be my dream if we were on a plane, if we were on a flight and a couple was getting married and you stood up and objected. I would never.
Where would we even go from there? You know, I would stand up, object, sit back down in my seat, watch them walk and sit down in their seat. Also, at some point, we're landing. Are you just going to stand? Do you want us all to high five you? Like, you know, like how anticlimactic.
I think I would be excited to tell everyone if I was in the crowd. But I would be almost expecting like, are we all getting extra headphones? Like, are we getting?
Wait, that's a good point. Is there a favor?
Is there, a party favor? Like, also, what's going on with your families? Where are they seated? You know, like,
was there any family on the flight?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't like anything about this. This is like worse to me than like a cruise wedding.
I know, but I was happy. I was like, good for you guys being happy. Okay. And then the last thing, I'm like, good for you guys. I'll clap. I've been Chinese for 24 hours. So I was on TikTok at like, whatever, 1, 2 a.m. And then like,
which translates to 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. And like every so often I'm getting like every other video of mine is Chinese people saying like, yeah, we obviously drink warm water with lemon.
Oh, my coworker was talking to me about this today.
And it's like, you know, making sure you wear slippers and like it's going like every TikTok of mine is that. And in my mind, I'm like, guess China's awake. Like, I don't know how I got here. And then in the comments, people are like, okay, so I have been Chinese for like an hour. I have had my water and I've done what I've been told to do. And then I was like, should also do this.
I should also
So I did put lemon in my water and it was warm and I drank it in the morning. And when I put my slippers on, I was like, yep, because I will make sure. Because also they were talking about how like the standards of Western, like how like cold plunges may not necessarily be good for women.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that really made me feel really validated. One, because when I did it, I pussied out. And I was like, I do it. Like it went to my shins.
That concerned me because I'm like, why do I like it so much? Why do I like the feeling of this?
You're like, I like this pain.
No, I do. I really do. When I do it, I'm like, I can't believe I accomplished that.
I couldn't do it. And I was like, wow, Amna, you're such a loser.
And you're like, I just needed to be Chinese.
Yeah. And now that China is saying that, like, no, guys, actually, the women aren't doing that. I'm like, well, I was ahead of my time. So I am not a man.
Wait, so what's the slipper? So, like, okay, it's drinking just like making sure you keep
your feet warm.
I do that with my slippers every day.
Right. So you're ahead of
okay. And bone broth in the morning. I do that too.
The bone broths, and then you have your warm drinks, and then like working out, like doing a light workout versus like hard hitting sweaty workout, which I did in college read this book called Working Out in Japan for like school, and it always stuck with me.
You've been wanting to be Chinese.
I've been wanted to switch over and be like, guys,
I picked this Asian.
I like this. I like these rules.
You are very much like your favorite movie is Kiki's Delivery Service.
I'm a fan. Yeah. I like
You're a horror movie gal.
I feel like it's so demure.
You were born in the wrong part of Asia.
I was, yeah. I also don't know because, I feel like I'm like the West has corrupted my mind. Like, because I feel like even things that are good for us, like putting tail in our hair, my grandma, our grandma could be like, hey, wear slippers. And I'd be like, oh, I'm wearing socks.
You're so right.
Fine. And then like a Chinese lady says it to me and I'm like,
you're so nice.
Where are your slippers?
Dude, this happened. Okay, one, Haldi. How many years did my grandma, my dad's mom grandma, but like for so many years, she was like, turmeric is a superfood. It's a superpower. It's a da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, you're so dramatic. Turns out it is. Ghee. Yeah. I remember when there was a white woman selling ghee for like, I don't know what she was upcharging it for. And I'm like, my grandma makes this every week and has been like, this is better for you than anything. And now every wellness person is like, I start my day with ghee. And I'm like, what?
And you open my fridge and it's like the, spray on oil from Walmart.
Chemical.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just didn't listen to them from the get-go.
No, so many of the things they say, I'm like,
the big one that I did that on is chia seeds. My dad would soak chia seeds in water. And I remember all throughout high school being like, Dad, it looks like bugs.
What are these fish
Ew.
eggs?
Yeah. And now I'm like, currently I have chia seeds soaking in yogurt and water and this and that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was born in the right part of Asia. Yeah. I just didn't decide to listen to it until TikTok told me to. And now I'm like, guys, we all have to be doing this.
Well, the other thing is, I feel like anytime I've ever gone to the gym, the only older women I see are Asian older women.
My dad goes to China a lot for work, and he would always tell me that it's like in their culture, as in like their like everyday out and about culture, where like you'll often see groups of women early morning, and he'll be like, everyone that's working on that strip, they're all doing it together. And it'll be like a really late little dance, 1-2 step workout, real cute. And then they go about their day. And then at lunch, like it's so embedded in their day-to-day routine. And I'm like, wow, that's lovely.
It is lovely. Maybe we should move to Asia at the end of our life.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I would like that. Or Hawaii, somewhere more. Basically anywhere but here.
Hawaii. You don't want to hear me talk about Hawaii again. Okay,
I don't want to hear you talk about Hawaii. I was like,
okay, I have my couple things where. Well, also, do you want to talk about the Euphoria trailer?
Yeah,
go.
No, I mean, you said go, and I was like, I saw the trailer. Did you see the trailer?
Okay, I saw like the initial little prequel that came out before the official trailer. So I haven't seen it yet. I've seen clips of it. It looks insane.
Yeah. I mean, it really isn't that long, but it starts with Rue, and that lady that she owes money drives up and is like, Rue, you owe me money. And Rue's working. It looks like a snow cone shack type situation. And then hard cut to Cassie shaking ass on screen. And there's like a tail. Come to find out, she married
Jacob Elordi.
What's his character name?
I don't fucking know.
She marries Jacob Elordi, and she's an OnlyFans content creator. I don't know what Maddie does, but she looks phenomenal. So I have high hopes.
Always.
And blonde hair. I
haven't watched Euphoria in a
Oh my God. No, I have to look this up.
While you do that, I have an OnlyFans story.
Okay.
Me, Muzi, Rimsha, and Musa were in Colorado for a client, like Rimsha and I were doing hair and makeup clients.
Okay.
And we decided to do a hike in Aspen. And we are about to start this hike, and there's this couple, and they have their baby on them. And like, you take like a bus up to this spot, and you do this like insanely long hike. And so they're on this entire hike with us. We keep like running into the same people. So we keep seeing them, and we keep seeing them like on the bus. And we're like, wow, look at them. Like, that's so cool. They have their like backpack with their kid, and they're like hiking, and they were telling us they're married, and she had like a hula hoop, and they were just like a really cute hippie couple with their baby. And we were like, look at them go, so cute. So when we get to the like viewpoint, takes hours to get there, we get to the viewpoint, And Rimsha and I happened to be, Muzi and Musa are standing next to us too.
Okay.
But we happened to be talking to the girl, like she was right next to us. So we're like, oh my God, it's so cool that you're doing this with your kid. You did the whole hike with your son on your back. Like, that's so cool. And she's like, yeah, we're actually here for work. I create content. And so, da-da-da-da-da. Like, she didn't say OnlyFans, but she was just saying that she like makes content and stuff.
Okay.
And they go to these different places. And then she starts saying that she records in the nude.
Okay.
They go to these different places and she records nude hula hooping, and her husband like records the content for her. And as soon as she starts talking about how she gets naked, literally like Muzi and Musa are like, oh, and they just like walk away from the conversation. They were like, what do we add here? Like, okay. Rimsh and I are like, oh, okay, cool. So whatever. We walk a few steps away, right? And there's all of us got here around the same time.
Okay.
There's old couples, there's kids, there's dogs, there's us. There's like a lot of people filling up this area. She gets fully naked.
You let me talk about an umbrella headband.
Like, I forgot this story until you said
You're
OnlyFans.
holding on to
She
this
gets
story?
fully fucking naked. Fully naked, mountain. Like, we just got to this spot. It's like a very popular, Maroon Bells. It's like a really popular hike. She gets fully naked. I am in shock.
Where's her kid? Where's the husband?
The husband has the kid on his back.
How old is the kid?
Baby, like 6 months to a year.
Okay.
Husband has the kid on his back with their like hiking backpack. He's recording her. She's hula hooping. She takes all her clothes off, boobs out, fully vagina
underwear?
out, fully fucking naked, 100% naked. And he's like recording her. And I'm like, oh.
How far in proximity are you and just standing?
Like at this point, we're like 200 feet.
Okay.
300 feet. So I'm like, Rimsha, make a video of me, pretend like you're like just getting a picture of me, but she got the girl in the back too. Cause I'm like, this is insane. There's like, I'm not like right next to us. There's like old couples. There's like other people around, and everyone's trying not to like stare at them, but we're all in the same vicinity. We're all like just standing around each other, fully naked.
And so she just
no care. Yeah. No care at all. Does the whole thing. Makes videos. They do it for a while, back, front, everything.
Whoa, how long is a while? Like, we're talking
10 minutes.
10 minutes? 10 minutes.
Yes. And there's like other I'm not like, there's a lot of people around.
Are there new crowds coming in as she's doing
like,
this? Because I'm just trying to figure out if
20 plus people.
Okay, because I'm trying to figure out if the group has now surrounded this couple.
No. Nobody
or
is
everyone
doing
trying to
that.
awkwardly look
Everyone's
away.
awkwardly looking away, kind of like, oh, and just like trying to mind their own business, which was very polite. I was like, couldn't she get in trouble for this?
Yeah, there's not one Karen in sight. Not one Karen in sight to stop what's happening.
If there was ever a time.
If there was ever a time. If there was ever a moment.
But it was like the most insane, bizarre thing I've ever seen. But that's what she does. And they like travel all over the place and hike to these places. And then she gets naked and they make videos.
That has to be obviously against her. Like, there's got to be rules and regulations to like, I'm not saying don't film the content, but like there's got to be rules and regulations.
I'm like, there's so many people here. There's families.
There's kids. There's
kids and like families around. Like, no, it was insane.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow.
The things you see.
Yeah.
Would never happen in Asia.
That's crazy. I'm like, so I'm supposed to just go back to Euphoria? Like,
Cassie, OnlyFans.
Yeah, and the name is Jules.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
Jules.
Figured out the name. Yeah, so Jules looks like she's rich. And
Jules. It seems like Jules and Maddie are doing something.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm still back
Love
in the
that.
hype.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't know how I get out of that, but okay.
What else do you have for us, please? Don't let me go
Nothing
down my
that
list.
exciting. Wow, I feel like I should have saved this story for like no, but I mean this is a good time to tell you guys. Okay, I only had a couple things. Mine was Kabhi 2 is coming out apparently.
Okay, who's the cast?
So it's the main cast. It's Hrithik Roshan, Kareena Kapoor.
Shut up! I didn't know that.
Kajol, Shah Rukh Khan, and then the two new people I think are both Shah Rukh Khan's kids. I think I could be wrong. It's definitely his son. And I think his son was the one that played the original kid. Rishi?
Rishi?
Yeah,
Rishi.
You should know this.
No. Was his son the one that played the younger version of his own character?
Right. Like,
so not Rishi.
No.
Was
The one that played his son, him and Kajol's
London.
son in London.
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember his
But
name.
I know his son was in it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is his son.
How cute.
I think that's who he played. But anyways, his son is in like the part 2. It's confirmed. Karan Johar's directing it. So I feel like that's a big deal.
Do we have any idea what the storyline is going to be?
No idea.
Is Amitabh Bachchan in it?
I don't know. But I'm really, really hoping it lives up to like what we think. I know. If they start doing like the social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, if they go down a weird route, I'd be really sad. But I have really high hopes. Like, I'm really excited to see what happens. I think
what would make this movie a success is the lighting needs to be not that great. Yeah, take notes. Lighting, not so great.
Buzz it a little.
Buzz it up a little bit. Yeah. Give me dark, moody lighting.
Give me magic photo lighting.
Yeah, and house should be nice, but not like...
The house was insane.
The house obviously was insane. But I'm like, don't give me what you think the 2025 version of that would be by giving me like a dentist office condo.
Gotcha.
You know, like,
yes.
I still want, like, because in the movie, the rich was like, that's an estate.
Yeah.
I expect there to be an estate.
Definitely.
I expect the helicopter.
I would love for them to keep
private.
the same house. Keep the same house.
Same house, but like, okay, now we're doing private jets instead of the helicopter. Like,
I also like that Shah Rukh Khan's like playing
the dad.
Age.
Yeah.
I hope. I'm assuming it's like he doesn't like who
he
the
has
girl
to.
Doesn't marry. Whatever. One
he
of those.
Literally has
I'm
to.
really excited for that.
Okay.
And then my other thing was, okay, I am a repeat early 2000s, late 90s, 2010s, whatever, like hip hop, R&B, rap music, nostalgic, I was driving the other day and I was listening to 21 Questions by 50 Cent and I was listening to Chingy and like I was listening to these songs and I'm like I know that these are what the lyrics have been, but I'm like, no wonder so much of like that time created so many pick-me girls, because literally in the song he's like, if I cheat on you, would you run away? Would you care? Would you still love me? Would that be all it takes for you to leave me? And I'm like, what are you saying? Everybody makes some mistakes. I'm like, what are you saying?
Oh,
like, you know, it's like, are you loyal enough to love me even if I have these side quests, even if I am a cheater? So what? If I apologize, would you? And I'm like, what are we asking?
Yeah,
this is too much.
Because the answer is, yes, I would.
yeah. Today. But I'm like, I feel like at that time, like even Destiny's Child catered to you. Like so many of these lyrics, I'm like, what are we saying right now?
What are we asking of the other person? The only time where I was like, making it really hard for me to defend you, but like, how could I not because it's you, is when Rihanna released Unfaithful. I was listening to that song as if I knew the pain of what it meant to be the other woman. Yeah. You know, or like the pain of like cheating on my man. Yeah. And I'm like 12. And I'm like,
dude,
the heart wants what it wants.
When Runaway Love by Ludacris came out, I watched that music video, cried, and then plotted my own running away situation. And he's like, Lil Dada was this many years old. Da-da-da-da-da. And Mary J. Blige is singing, and I'm like, I have to run away. Like, yeah, they got us all the time.
Every time, and we're like 11.
Yeah, 11. Yeah. Talking about like, my boyfriend is gonna go to jail because he's in a gang, and like, I'll still love him so much. What the fuck is going on? I can't even tell you how
many people in like middle school would come up to me and be like, yeah, my cousin or my so-and-so's in a gang, and I would take it actually so seriously. I'd be like, oh,
same.
Gang, like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Like, and then I'd feel like, yeah, if I ever need to call somebody, I can call, you know, like I really took
the gang
so
thing
seriously.
When we were in high school and middle school was like, it was all the rave.
It was all the rave to be in a gang back then. It was. But oh my God, there was something that you were saying that I was like, you were saying the lyrics and it makes you want to run away. Oh, it's so funny because we now at the age where like our friends have kids or our friends' kids are getting older, and we listen to anything and everything under the sun, music growing up, lip gloss and
Candy Shop. I had my mom play Candy Shop 6 a.m. to drop me off to school.
And our moms were like, yeah, who cares? Yeah, whatever. Listen to whatever you want. And now I forget that parents don't want their kids listening to certain music. So I'll be with like my nieces and nephews and I'll play like Eminem and stuff and I'm getting into it. And my nieces and nephews are like, whoa, the song is bad words. Like, whoa. And I'm thinking they're saying it like, haha, your mom's not in the car. Let's get into it. And they're like, can we change it, please? And I'm like,
yeah. I remember when my niece would do that sometimes and I would just ignore her. I'm like, shh, if it's in like, music, it doesn't count.
You're like, no, but I'm like, and so sorry to my, nieces and nephews and my cousins or like our friends' kids. I'll be like, come on, guy, come on. But then I'm like, oh my God, like is your perception gonna be like my aunt's like, she's insane. She does OnlyFans. Like, she's crazy. And I'm like, guys, come on, it's okay. And then I think people are like, oh, when you have your own kids, then it'll make a change.
No, I hope my kids are bumping a Biggie. I hope my kids are listening. I feel like
I'm gonna have a hard time.
Your kids will listen to it in my car. It's fine.
Yeah. And also, like, I love if I'm gonna watch a kids movie or I'm gonna like play a kid song, like we're playing Kids Bop. We're playing Little Mermaid, like I'll sing along to those songs easy. Don't ask me for Baby Shark and this. Although I did start playing like Baby Shark, like rave remix. Like I have to find the remix. I saw like baby raves and I'm like, I'm gonna have to take my kid to a baby rave.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, hell yeah, this is the like next generation.
This makes sense so that we can both enjoy this activity. But yeah, I say that now and then imagine I'm the one that's like, no, they can only listen.
It won't be you. If it is, I'll be like, snap the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Who have you become? Can I be a bitches?
Yeah.
Okay, so Tell Me Lies is out right now and I'm watching Traders right now and all these shows, right? And I'm like, I know that there was a time growing up in most of our life that shows would release every week. And like, this is coming from us. We release a podcast every week. Like, I get it. But I can't do the week-long wait. Like, and I'm not patient enough to wait for the entire season to come out because then I'm on TikTok and there's like storylines being revealed and I'm like, I have to keep up. But I really, really deeply despise watching like a 30 or 45-minute episode one day a week and then waiting for the next week. Like the impatience of, I'm like, this is too much. If you're releasing on Hulu, drop the entire fucking season.
Yeah, the only thing that I will excuse that with is Shark Tank.
Oh, I was going to say Love Island, but even they drop every day.
Yeah, or
drop every day, every other day. Like when we watch TV, like Gossip Girl, Vampire Diaries, that stuff was releasing. Wasn't it releasing a couple days a week?
I don't remember. But at this point, I don't even watch anything that does do that. I'll just wait till most of it is out.
I don't have the patience for that either. Or like if you're watching a reality show that's dropping every week, the internet's going to tell you what's happening. Yeah. So I'm like, this is so fucking annoying. It's winter. I need to just sit down and watch this. I have my Chipotle ready. Drop the fucking season.
Yeah. I today finished. I literally all day watched His and Hers.
Oh, I'm still finishing that. We should talk about that next week.
Yeah. Because I'll be done by then. But my can I be a bitch is I am someone who like I've been flowed, but I enjoy reading a lot. And I am someone who judges a book by their cover. And the covers for books lately, I don't know if it's just me, but like the covers for books lately have been so lame. I can't stand it. All of them have skulls and roses and like
Haunting Adeline.
Literally. And they all have like the smoke effect. Or if it's like a romance, I can't stand when they put the Netflix cover of the story on the book. I don't want to see it.
No, I agree.
I don't like when they put any visual of a person's face on the cover, even if it's their autobiography. I don't like it. I feel like there's something so like I'm reading a book, but when I'm reading a book and it's a love story, when I'm looking for a book and the cover is like two cartoons and it's rainbow and it's like, the same like caricature kind of drawing, or it's the, rose coming out of the smoke and in the same like font. And I'm like, guys, what happened to good book covers? Good. Like, what is this book about? Yeah. What is this? It's like, there's art on it. It's a painting. Give me something, but do not give me your face. Do not give me the Netflix anything. Don't even put the sticker that it's becoming a Netflix movie. I don't like any of that.
Agreed.
I want it to feel like a Like I want the binding to
I saw they did that to like It
golden.
Ends With Us, and I was like, why did you
Literally,
do
if you think that that's gonna make your sales are gonna go worse, because why would I buy that? I'd rather rip the cover off and let it just be the blank book. But that's my
Agreed.
That's my Can I Be a Bitch?
Okay, that's our episode this week. We covered a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I hope you have caffeine while you're watching, and we'll be back next week. And yeah, happy January.
January, like sobriety.
Variety.
Stay sober.
Or don't.
Like, subscribe, comment.
We'll put another
DM us. I'm
us.
awake. I'm ready for it. Send it our way.
We're ready to fall in love with you.
We're ready to fall in love. Just don't be that person that we were talking about earlier that then started taking it to feed, and then we were like, this is not an OnlyFans account. Like, but you know the drill.
You know the drill.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.